Okay, welcome back, my fellow Americans. My name is Timothy Gay Sr. I am running for presidency of the United States of America in 2012. But right now, as a write-in candidate. However, I do have the paperwork in the process of being ordered and on their way to be on the ballots in all 50 states. I'm still looking for volunteers in all 50 states to help get this message out. Let's send this message nationwide, coast to coast. We really need the change, not just words, but we need the change in action. Just a brief touch on that we have covered how to lower the deficit by cutting foreign aid. Those are in other videos that you can watch. We briefly touched that we need to increase education spending and not to touch Social Security. And a message that was given today, we're talking about still cutting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. And it was briefly touched on in President Obama's speech earlier today about education. We can't touch education in that way. We need to increase spending. We need to increase after-school activities. We need to bring phys ed and music and art back to our children in schools to increase their opportunities. Now, enough of that. Today's message is a real important message that really needs to be brought forth. Our morals have suffered for decades. This country's downfall started with taking prayers out of schools and the flat-out approval of abortions. Now, this country was founded on our belief in God and our biblical beliefs. And since then, we have had people force prayer out of schools. Also, we have legalized murdering, in my opinion, of unborn babies. Now, God did not create a bunch of robots. He created people and He gave us choices. Now let's touch on those choices. I believe that every child should have the choice whether or not that they want to bow their heads and say a blessing over their food at lunch. I believe our children have a right to bow their heads and pray before sporting events. I believe that we need to get back to our morals. We need to get back to our beliefs that the great country was founded upon. First issue that I want to touch on is the issue of choices, and that is the issue of homosexual and lesbian marriages. I will not call it gay marriages because that is my last name, and I, for one, am kind of offended that that word is used along those terms. However, for the sake of argument, we won't get into that. Now, on the subject of those marriages, again, I don't believe in it, and I believe that it's a choice. If it wasn't a choice, God would not say that it is an abomination to God for a man to lay with a man and a woman to lay with a woman. However, that is my opinion, and that was my choice. Like I said, God created us and gave us choices. Now, I don't believe in rewarding those choices with marriage. However, I would go as far as civil unions. and that each state should give out civil union certificates just like they do marriage certificates. And that these unions give you the same benefits. You can file taxes together, you can visit each other in the hospital, you can buy a house together, you can be on the same insurance policies. But yet at the same time, that these unions have to be settled in court for them to end. You ask for marriages, we just won't call them marriages, we will call them civil unions. They'll give you the same benefits as a marriage because, like I said, our Creator did create us, and He created us with a mind to make choices. So there, rather than a flat out marriage, we will call them civil unions. Also on the issue of abortion, the Bible says that we are ordained and we are called for a purpose, even in our mother's wombs and at the time of conception. So God recognized it as a life from the moment of the act, and as soon as fertilization happens and pregnancy begins. Now, I do believe that in a situation of rape, incest, or a life threatening to the mother or to the baby, that those issues in the abortion should stay legal. However, it is not a form of birth control. You made the choice to interact in that situation, and if you do not wish to have a child at that particular point in time, if it is used as a form of birth control, you should adopt that child out. Now, I've outlined the rape, incest, and life-threatening situations. That's the only cases that abortion should be legal. Any doctor or any mother caught using it as a form of birth control other than those circumstances that are already outlined, in my opinion, should be facing murder charges. The doctor's license should be stripped and not allowed to practice any further. We need to get our morals back on track, and we need to base this country again on the beliefs that it was founded. And now to the people that are bringing up our Pledge of Allegiance should not include one nation under God. Again, this country was founded on our belief in God and founded on our biblical beliefs. Yes, we all have choices. If you do not like that this is one nation under God, you have the choice to leave this country and to move elsewhere. That's how I feel. And until we get the morals back on track, this country will continue in its downward spiral. We need to get this country back. We need to get this country back on its biblical beliefs. No, I'm not saying that everybody should be forced to go to church. I'm not saying everybody should be forced to bend a knee and say the sinner's prayer every day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this country started falling apart when we started turning our backs on our Creator. There are too many people that are worried out there about animal rights and everything else that we're turning our backs on our Creator and looking out for the created. Now, we are all created for a purpose. And I'm not saying that my purpose is to be President of the United States. It just might be for this time to send this message to the government. We, the people, are tired of your broken promises and your constant headbutting for power, control, whatever you want. We are tired of you continually increasing yourself and downgrading the people of America. Now, we were all created equal. So that means that no senator, No millionaire, billionaire is more important in this nation than the person that might fall asleep on that park bench tonight because they have no other place to go. And for us to continually say that we need to get rid of our welfare system when there is one needy person in this country is a travesty. Now, I don't believe everything that socialism has to offer, but I do believe this, that you, the millionaire and the billionaire, has made your money in this country, that this country has given you the opportunity to succeed. And just because you succeeded and that person that may sleep on that park bench tonight did not, may only mean that you were presented with an opportunity that they never were. We all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a time, or at least over our feet and up our legs. The whole point is this. The Bible says charity starts at home, so that means that we need to take care of our own in this country before we take care of other countries. We need to reestablish America as the best nation in the world. And together we can do that. But in order to do that, we have to stand firm on our morals and regain what this country was based upon. It was based upon freedoms and it was based upon choice. However, the first and foremost, this country was based upon our biblical beliefs. Yes, I do believe that there needs to be separation of church and state. But I do not believe that when that came about, that meant that our children could not pray a blessing over their food or pray for safety and good sportsmanship before sporting events. We have this all wrong, and it's because of the leaders that we continually send back to Washington, D.C. that allow this stuff to continue and continue and continue. Now let's take this country back. A vote for Timothy Gay Sr. And again, as of right now, you write that name in on your presidential ballot in November of 2012. Let's take this country back. If nothing else, let's send a message to this government that we're tired of it. We're tired of being the ones that tighten our belts every time something comes up. When you in government continually reap the harvest and think that Americans need to survive on the crumbs off your table. That's not right. Let's get it together, and I'm not calling for violence. I'm not calling for protest. Don't think that I am. The way that we send this message is through our voice in a vote. Not standing on the street corner and causing an uproar. That's not how you get things done. You change what's broke. You fix what's broke. You don't drive your car on 4 flat tires. You change the tires and you put good ones on. This country has been driving on a broken government for a long, long time. It's time we fix it. We send outsiders with good ideas to where we can make America great once again. I want to thank you for your time. And remember, Timothy Gay Sr. SR 4, the number 4, Prez at yahoo.com. Again, Timothy Gay Sr. 4 Prez at yahoo.com. Let me know your ideas of issues that we need to face as a country. And let me know of your interest in helping getting this message out. Together, we can make America great once again. I want to thank you for your time, and I would appreciate your vote come November 2012. Until next time, may God keep you and yours, and may God bless America.